Coach, for obvious reasons, you've been asked a lot about your BYU days this week, and it's really been fun to hear you talk about those days and the influence that it's had on you. At the time, what did it mean to you? But certainly now removed from your playing days, what does it mean to you to be a part of a quarterback fraternity like BYU?
When I chose to go to BYU, I was going as a junior college transfer that I knew they threw the ball, and I knew the history of BYU of throwing the ball, but I don't know if I really understood quite enough what the impact of being the quarterback at BYU in that era was. And when I got there, some phenomenal moments early in my career. But I also remember throwing 3 picks against Utah in the first half, my junior year, and the boos coming down. I'm like, oh, they're really, really serious. As much as assuming the responsibility of being the quarterback to throw passes in that offense, it was assuming the responsibility of being a leader and connecting people. And I think that was something that I've always carried with me, and now more than ever as a head coach here at the University of Texas.
You announced on Thursday that Malik Murphy will get the start against BYU. Arch Manning may see some time. You haven't made that decision yet. How much does the offense change without Quinn as the quarterback?
Systematically, we won't change. What we try to do, I think, like most coaches try to do, is we try to, put our quarterback in the best position to be successful. And that's identifying his strengths and weaknesses and the things that he runs well in practice, that he has a comfort level with. And so we're going to run our offense, and we're going to do it to best try to attack what BYU does, which is obviously a tall task that way. But we also have to be mindful of Malik and what does he do well. And so there may be some things that he does a little bit differently or better than Quinn, for that matter. And there may be some things that he doesn't do quite as well as Quinn. And so those are the decisions we try to make throughout the week, so that we can devise a good plan to put him in position to be successful.
What has stood out to you about this 5-2 Cougar team coming to Austin?
Tough, hard nose. I feel like I'm watching Kalani. And I've known Kalani a long, long time. These guys are full of energy. You can see the way they play. They're full of energy. Their attacking style. They're tough, but they play very smart. And I've said this all along. I think the good teams that I've been a part of, the good teams that I've coached, they start to embody the personality of the head coach. And I think that this BYU team has embodied Kalani's personality. They find a way to win. They're very aggressive defensively. They create turnovers defensively. They put pressure on you that way. And then, remaining opportunistic offensively to create explosive plays and to score points.
You mentioned the turnovers, and BYU's been one of the best teams in takeaways. And assuming it's high on the list every game, how much focus has there been, and how critical will that aspect be in determining the outcome for Saturday?
Well, it's huge. It's the number one stat in football that talks to winning and losing football games. And so it's always a point of emphasis of ours. This game, now more than ever, it's heightened with a team that is on fire right now. I think they have 11 interceptions on the year. I think they've recovered 4 fumbles. And so the fact that they're creating them on defense, and that they're taking care of the ball, defensively or offensively, is a huge factor for us. And I really think in the 2 losses that they had, that's where their issues came, is when they did turn the ball over. So I think the ball is paramount here for sure.
Your entire roster reads like an NFL depth chart, but I want to focus on the defense. Where does the defensive side of the ball stand right now in your mind? What's the state of your defense?
Well, I like our defensive front. I think that we've got some good size. I think we play physical, and I think we play good football up front. Naturally, we pride ourselves on the depth that we have on the defensive side of the ball and our ability to play a lot of players. We may play upwards to 30 players, 25 players in the first half here Saturday on defense. So when we can play a lot of people and we have confidence in them to do that, I think that bodes well for us, not just early in the game, but I think that's helpful for us as we head into fourth quarters of games, that our guys are fresh and they're able to play good football late in the game when we need to make those plays.
It has been an absolute pleasure to talk with you. Thank you for making time for us to do this today. I know I speak for a lot of BYU fans when I say that You brought a lot of joy to this fan base, and we are all proud that you will always be a Cougar. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you guys. See you Saturday.